Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Terry. And thanks for joining us today. We have a lot to talk about. Terry and I have been talking about this subject for several weeks now. She had a very important dream that was something she shared with me, which I was lucky she shared with me. And we're going to talk about it because it's very important on what she has to share. But let me say hello to some people here.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Anything else you want to say, Terry, before I say hello to people?
Um, no, this is great. I'm excited about it.
Yes, it is an important dream that you received. Okay. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Play, Love, Remember. Hey, White Dragon. Let's see, put this up here. Thanks, White Dragon, as always. Hello, please put all questions in all caps and like and subscribe. I'm not sure we will get to questions today. If we finish our subject matter, we will, but the information we have to share is extremely important for everybody. So let me see who is here. Um, Hey, Patricia, thanks for being here today. Hey, Diane G. Hey, Jen Carr, thanks for being here. Let's see. Hey, Hypnicity. Hey, Lisa Davies. Hey, Barbara. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Rush, thanks for being here. I think I haven't met Rush. She must, or that person must be from your channel.
She
So, hey,
is, and she's a birthday girl this month. She's one of our
oh,
birthday girls.
happy birthday. Let's see who else. Hey, Lauren, thanks for being here. Hey, Marby, thanks for being here. Hey, Isabel. Let's see who else. We got MEJ, MEJ with Lisa Bishop. Thanks for being here. What is she saying? She's from hot Texas. Well, I'm in hot North Carolina too, so it is hot here. It has been hot for days. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Nancy Ray, thanks for being here. Hey, Linda Thompson, Linda Bishop, and so thanks everybody. We're going to go ahead and get into it because we do have a lot of information to cover, and already the guides are talking to me, bringing me in more information, making comments on Terry's dream. But the importance of this is important for all of us. So I'm first going to, because most of us just come in and listen. We don't know everybody's background or don't remember everybody's background. So, Terry, tell me a little bit about your background and what's led and what's so different about this dream that has, before we talk about the dream, what led you up to how this is different from everything else you've done?
Okay. Um, so I have a background of seeing spirit and galactic spirit as well. That they were coming into me, or entities, whatever you want to call them. Probably about three or four. They started visiting me, and then at 12, I went into a place called the School of Metaphysics, and I have a 4-year degree in metaphysics that I had by the time I was 17.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't even know those existed. I was shocked
yeah,
when you told me about that.
right. Yeah, they weren't real big at the time, and they're still not. They have a college of metaphysics in the hills of Missouri, but and they have several schools all around the country still. But
Well, I know, and also why Missouri? Is that just a hotbed um, of
there's
go ahead.
there's a vortex in the center of Missouri that's quite active. So, I mean, there are all over the planet, right? But there's a particular one that Jerry really worked with a lot in changing the planet. So, really incredible energy there. And so I started studying dreams. I was a past life reader when I was 15, reading the Akashic records in trance, and was taught to do that. And since then, I've kind of studied Buddhism, Catholicism, just unity, going around here and there, Hindu, and just watching things and learning about things and kind of collecting things. I'm also a Chopra teacher with Deepak Chopra and the Chopra Foundation. So I like study, I like science, I like galactics particularly. But everything that I do is kind of on the angelic realm in a way.
Right.
and then I'm working with light. I'm a meditation teacher, and I also do a lot of guided meditations. And here on YouTube, I have a channel, and I do Monday through Friday at 8:11 Central. We meditate, we chat, we hold space for each other, and then we meditate. We do guided meditations, and we just really help to heal the planet. Or she doesn't need to be healed, the planet, heal the energy on the planet, and work with the energy and the crystalline energy to help us to get to the fifth and sixth dimension. And a lot of times when we do that and work with the light grid, we have a lot of galactics that come in and help with that. So we see star beings on a regular basis that come in on the light grid that are already there waiting for us, our star families. So anything else? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think now would be because I gave it a good background on what you do. It's like everything, except for this is kind of new for you about the dream.
This part, yeah, this is something that I don't normally do. I usually don't do this. So this stream involved going into inner earth, which I work a lot with inner earth right now. And in inner earth, there was a big galactic council meeting. And I was I don't know that I was invited. I was almost a part of it. I was there to witness it. And I've never done that with consciousness.
Right.
So I'm sure it's happened before that I've witnessed it, but it was very uncomfortable for me because I don't like dealing with that type of energy. And there were a number of different species there. Would you call them species?
Yes.
Okay.
You're right.
Thanks. So there were a number of different species there. And while I've met many different species, this particular types, the Dracos and the snakes, I've never really dealt with. A few times I've seen snakes when I did remote viewing. And the first time when I did remote viewing and I went past a firewall that I wasn't supposed to be able to get past, and I thought, oh, I can do that. and so I did, and I saw them. And then another time when I was looking actually at an event that we had here in the United States, an election, and I saw the snakes coming in.
Yeah.
So
Well, so much of your dealings have always been like with positive energy, and
always with positive energy. Yeah, always healing energy and positive energy. Yeah.
This is the first time you walked in and saw the dark side.
Yes, this is the first time I saw the dark side up close like that. And it, I mean, just saying that, I can really feel my root chakra, like, cleansing and the divine feminine holding.
Get it away, get it away, get it away.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, we're gonna take care of that. Yeah, yeah. Uncomfortable because good
Yeah.
question, Jen. Uncomfortable because you've not worked with them, not because they were negative energy. Both.
Both, yeah, because they were negative energy and she has not worked with them and she was exposed to it. And it's important why she was exposed to it. And we'll get into that as we get deeper into the stream.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have, and I work almost always in the light. Yeah, and as I look back at the dream, because I told Dr. Gail about it. I think I had it like the night before or 2 nights before our last show.
Yeah, that Saturday, because you were like a deer in headlights over it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
You were traumatized.
I was totally traumatized. I could feel their energy, and it scared me. I don't know that it scared me, it upset me. Like when you feel darkness come in and you work with the light. And I work with the in between a lot because I think that's the space of creation. But that energy was hard for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So continue with the dream.
Okay. Let me pull it up in my
Because you look so much better than you did 2 weeks ago when you were telling me about it. I mean, it's obvious that you worked through it. I mean, we worked through it that day a lot.
That I can't tell you how much that helped me. So anybody that has something like this come up, and I feel like more and more of us are going to be witnessing things. Come to Dr. Gail and talk to her.
Yeah.
She's amazing with it. And of course, Paul's here, White Dragon. He's amazing with it. So I wrote everything down and I kind of channeled back into my dream. They have shown me before how to channel back inside a dream. So I've been doing that for a few years. Do you want me to read what I wrote?
Sure, whatever way you want to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you can lead up on what you're reading or what happened with your paper.
Okay. Oh my God, you guys. So I'm trying to get this paper to work, and I don't know if you can see it here, but it's gibberish. It's like, you know, you can't read it because it's when I tried to print it, it printed 3 times all on the same paper. 3. So that's important, that 3.
And then I think that was also when you were coming up with it, I think it was a reminder for me, because this channel is always going towards positive things or making a positive spin on things, is that in the past when I did start this channel, anytime I went into anything negative about the reptilians or the Dracos, the channel would be cut off immediately. And it happened like 3 different separate times. And I realized that that was not my area to go into that, talking about the negatively, because there's the other side, the positive side of all of them.
Yeah, and there were positive ones there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'll get into that. So I began the journey of working through inner earth, which I'm doing a lot of inner earth work. When you go into inner earth, there's another universe there, basically. I mean, there's cities, there's corridors, and all these corridors, some of them you can't get into unless you show your heart space, which as I went back in and kind of channeled back into the dream, they were showing me that there's like a body scan, but it's not just a body scan, it's an energy scan, and it's a heart scan as well. And we work a lot with the high heart area, which is what I say, our source of divinity. And I felt like it was a high heart scan that kind of scanned your energy and scanned also your intention, like, that you wouldn't be allowed into these areas.
So
Um,
you don't remember taking the shower and everything they did to you before they scanned you like that, do you?
no, but that sounds so right.
Yeah, you were led through a whole series. That was just the last part of it. You were led through a cleansing, a shower, you
Yeah.
before you can even enter those kind of meetings.
Yeah, because there's guardians at the front, and then there's like almost like AI
Mhm.
that kind of goes through and scans everything, and it doesn't sit in judgment, but it it I don't know what would you call it? It's not a judgment thing. It's like you're just scanned.
You're just scanned, and it's almost how I have taken it. A lot of times, it's taking out the impurities of Earth before you can enter, and you have to come in like pure physically, pure mentally, to be able to absorb or listen to what they have to say. And that's the kind of feeling I've always gotten from being showered. I mean, I have been showered, cleansed, thrown in a different uniform, all sorts of things before I'm allowed to go into a meeting. And I'm going, how clean can somebody be when they do all that to you? But
I
humans were kind of considered very dirty.
Yeah, yeah, we're stinky. I'll get into that too. But that's so interesting. Okay, so anyway, so there's ways that you can get into inner earth, and when I went back in to kind of visit the dream, I was going through the mud because it had just rained and everything, but then they were like, well, you could use your tree, girl. So I was laughing. Anyway, spirit's funny too.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I emerge, I enter a vast cavern guarded by at the threshold. An AI present performs a full body scan to determine my intention, detect any energy, weapons, and most importantly, measure the light of my high heart. It is the key to entry. Um, I float inward, and it's like I wasn't in my body. I was in a different body. And you've talked about that before, Dr. Gal.
Yeah.
um, about putting on different bodies
Right.
when you
And
travel.
unzipping my human body, pulling it off, and then putting another body on.
Yeah, yeah. So and they showed me, and this is something when I went back into it, they showed me that my face is different, my nose is different. I have a large, beautiful eyes that see things so that you don't need to speak.
Yeah, and that is part of the cleansing part.
Oh,
Yeah, cleansing
oh,
human stuff off of you.
okay. And I didn't walk anymore either. I glided.
Yeah.
Um, and there's the center of a galactic council space I floated into or glided into, and it was like a cosmic United Nations, and the energy was alive with sacred purpose. Um, and what I was seeing not just design and keyboarding, different things, not keyboarding, coding going on, but it was filled with jewels too. Like there was a magnificent of wealth there, and that was really impressive. Um, the first thing I noticed were the Lyrans that were there, and they made it known that they were the royal Lyrans, in regal garb, like they had on velvet with gold trim and jewels on. They were in purples, reds, and greens and golds. The
Oh,
Lyrans,
I've
just
always seen them in reds.
oh my God, they were beautiful, just beautiful. The Octurians are leading or have convened the meeting. So they have. It's like the Octurians. I felt like were leading the.
Yeah, every meeting I've been to has always been an Arcturian that's leading it with the Galactic Federation.
You can't make this up because we didn't talk about this before.
No, we
Okay.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, um, so my chosen form reflects my discomfort at certain energies or with certain energies. I do not wish to enter human form in this group. Few of my original race remain who can project the body that they gave me physically. We were destroyed, but never erased.
So
Um,
you went back to an original one of your bodies.
I did,
Okay. Do you
yeah,
remember what it looked like?
yeah. So I was super tall, like not a giant, and there were giants there, but I was kind of floating and super tall, long hair. I did have on a black and purple robe.
Oh, wow.
So,
Were you part of the Lyrans then?
pardon me?
Were you part of the Lyrans then?
I don't know. I've always been told I'm Hadarian.
I know you're Herdarian, but you've had other aspects of being something
Oh,
else.
oh my God, yeah. The Lyrans I've been around so many times. Yeah.
So
And
you think you entered as a Lyran there? I guess that's my question. Let me
oh,
see,
I could have.
let's see if you entered as a Lyran. I'm going to ask. Yes, that's what you did. You just went
Okay.
into a Lyran bubble and entered, and apparently you. And I'm getting a yes on this. You have the history of the royals with the Lyrans.
Oh, okay. Because I knew I was recognized by many there, and many knew me, and I knew them
Right.
as it goes on. Um, okay, I'm giving an escort a shield of beings surround me. Among us is one with a beak. When they open their mouth, birds sing. And
The blue avians.
yeah, and or they can also emit a sound that is so sharp it shatters matter.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's some power. And and then they showed me this might be me or kin of mine, which was interesting.
Oh, the blue avians? Is that
Yeah.
another aspect of you? Let me see. Are the blue avians another aspect? No, I'm not getting that.
Okay, then that was somebody that was right next to me that I knew quite well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, a feared and beloved being, the blue avians, as the elders say we should be.
Oh, I love the blue avians. They seem so
Oh,
sweet to me.
yeah, yeah, beloved and feared. Like they have so much power, and the back of my skull is just like going crazy as I talk about
Well,
this.
they seem to not to be, the blue avians seem to be like a thing into themselves. Like they don't seem dependent on others. They don't seem to associate a lot with others. And I think that goes to show you how powerful they probably are. But that's not the foot that's put forward. It always is feeling warm and sweet.
Yeah, yeah, very beloved, but man, if they get upset about something or if somebody steps on their toes, forget about it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I got from them. Okay, as I approach the dais, the Draco's enter, uh, towering with thick hides like rhinoceros skin, some of them, and they are well adorned. So they had on some special uniforms, some of them. I had a protective shield that thickened. One Draco smiles at me. We've been adversaries so long, it's as if we're friends, ancient friends. And I feel like was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones that's sent as an emissary. The bonds run deep with all these ancient bloodlines because they live forever, don't they? I mean, just for such a long time. There are also bloated, slimy beings with brown, dim auras. And then they gave me a name called Wrath Salamas. Wrath Salamas. A warlord and demon king is among them.
Oh, I haven't heard of them.
Okay. Well, I think that's an entity's name.
Okay.
I don't think that's a species. And so Wrath Solace, I don't know that name either. I've never heard of it. Others sliver in, some encased in bubbles, gaseous and too toxic to be exposed to directly. So it felt like some of them didn't have a full body form.
Yeah, and also that's amazing because that's how I travel a lot of times. It's in a bubble, and it's for me not to be exposed to them. It's my protection. So I travel in a bubble all the time for my own protection. So that's interesting that you say that about them.
Yeah, yeah. And then it says, not all of them are deceptive. Some are diplomats of their kind, trying to preserve peace and lineage. So they want what they want, and they're there to make concessions. Horse people whinny and stamp their hooves. So there were entities or star families there that were horses. I never knew about that. Nymphs and mer people lounge nearby, rolling their eyes with boredom. They are adored and know it. And dragons are stationed around the periphery watching. Bidding entreaties over timeline, planets, and catastrophes proceed at quantum speeds beyond human comprehension. So when I tried to go into even an idea of following it, and I think that's what hurt so much the first time, is you can't follow that quantum and human consciousness. Even when I'm out of my body, I can't follow the speed of lightning like that.
Okay.
So anyway, and plus it's a lot. And then they were showing me one city disappears, another light grid lays over it. And that's part of this process. And do you want to talk about that now, or we can get into that later?
Yeah, I'll say it real quick because I was only a sentence, and you can continue on. Yeah, what you're seeing is that there will be a country that falls, which we saw that, and we're going to all watch it. This country's going to fall, but we're going to watch the transformation of that country. This country is going to rebuild itself, and we will have the ideas of how it does that, and we will follow it. And it will be of higher good when this happens. So it's going to be traumatic when this country falls, but the rebuilding, the transformation, it's going to be needed for us to watch so we can follow those steps.
Yeah, and they were showing me a light grid is laid over that city. So, like you were saying, as it evolves, it becomes so enlightened, and it is. It's like it's a state of wonder and the crystalline energy that's rebuilt over that city. Some beings on all sides will never perceive these changes. Rescue teams are already at work. Does that make sense?
Well, okay, the rescue team's already at work. I think White Dragon
Hmm.
has been working on this for I don't know how many years. And when I was on the Athena, that was a half military spaceship, half medical spaceship. And when you're talking about working on it, I think that's putting everything in position and getting it ready. That's what that's
Yeah,
about. It's kind of what I feel. Is that what you feel like? They're already working on it. They're already preparing. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, I'm getting a big yes on this. That's what's
yeah,
is that we are prepared for all that. We are ready for it, and we've been preparing for it. And actually have been working on like on a smaller scale has been going on all over the world as we speak.
wow, wow. And and I feel like some people may not perceive the new light that comes in. Like I feel like there are parts of this city or country that are going to be so evolved that there will be beings on this planet that still live in the 3D that won't be able to perceive
Yeah.
how.
Yeah, they just showed me it was like those people will be like ants leaving the hive, leaving their home.
Yeah,
They're all running because this thing is being built and they can't stand living there.
yeah, and they won't know it about it. It's like they won't be conscious of it.
No, it'd just be uncomfortable living there. Then
Yeah,
I like how my country or how my country's moving forward. I don't like that. So I'm moving to somewhere else.
right, exactly. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't stay any longer. My head aches. I wink at my allies, both light and shadow. There is no hatred here, just business and weariness. We are winning, but each victory is sacred and hard won. As I leave, there was some sort of a ceremony, and I dipped my fingernail into sacred water and lift something crystalline out.
Wow, I've never done that.
Okay. Um, and then I flicked it at a Draco with whom I share a past. So maybe that was just something that we share. Um, one of the bloated ones roars when I do that. So they're not happy, a lot of them. But these are the concessions that they made, and it's because the light has tipped in favor of the light.
Right. And also, there's something she said when we talked before was the fact that this was a progression to the light, that the draconians and the snakes would be leaving after their one big hurrah
Yeah,
that happened. And the thing about their one last hurrah, it will be devastating. And I think it has to do with what we read on this country will be that one big thing and that they will leave and then the light will take over the world.
yeah. It will just be, it'll be a change that everybody kind of wakes up. Not everybody. It's free will planet, but so many will wake up and they'll see the light and they will be headed to it. And they'll kind of wake up from being like needing to be the worker bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The enslavement.
Thank you. I hate that word, but that's what it is. It's
That's what it
enslavement.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we'll be moving away from. But Linda Bishop had an interesting comment. I refer to those who cannot see what we see as colorblind, who refuse to believe that anyone can see color because they can't, much eye rolling on their behalf.
I
which is
love that.
which is good. But I take a little bit of different stance. A lot of that, Linda, is that if they were not exposed to it or they haven't experienced this, just like a lot of things, how do you know about it? I mean, if all of us here have experienced these things and we understand each other, but if you've got somebody, say in your family, who's never experienced it, you could talk to them all day long and they just don't understand it. It's not that don't want to understand it; they just can't identify with it. Like we can't identify with everybody else's experiences. Like somebody in a different country who's experienced that, we can read about it, hear about it, talk about it, but unless we're there experiencing, we don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard and it's easy to go into fear when we see things like this happen, but just know, you'll be in the right place.
Right.
Um, so as I exit, I'm told about a role in tunnels and bridges, and there's an entity that plays a part in that. A city or a country and an economy will fall, fortunes will shift. I leave my galactic body in shields behind at the cavern entrance and am scanned once more. So they must have done that cleansing again. To my earthly home.
No, that scan was to make sure because you were in some negative that nobody tapped you with something.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I'm given new energy shields to activate. I feel like we're all being given new energy shields to activate. And I feel like part of that is what I call the light body, like a hologram that goes around your physical or your auric field and your physical form that we can walk with. And then I return to my portal, the tree, and emerge renewed, planning to visit my cosmic friends again soon, but not the poopy ones, which is what I call the gaseous ones. So they were. It was interesting, and I don't know if they showed me their form like that they were kind of, poopy or whatever you want to call them, because I would be more revolted by that, or that I understood that was kind of their auric field. It's
Right.
like that. Yeah, the dark.
Well, because you went in and changed your body doesn't mean they didn't also.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. And then they wanted me to make note later on last night that there were giants that were present, and that there was one particular giant that was almost the size of the cavern.
Wow. I'm just laughing because I remember one of my adventures that I went on. I was with a giant, and I can remember how we moved. I had to go somewhere with them or to his city.
Yeah.
And I had to hang on to his foot and try, and I couldn't even get my arms around his ankles to hold on to. And that's how we traveled. And I'm bouncing around that foot. His big toe looked like the size of my head. And I just hang over. That's all I can think about when we're faced with giants. But did you, because you were feeling the energy of everybody, or did you feel the energy when you were in there? You felt the energy of each individual species, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the giants, did you feel them negative or positive or
I
both?
felt them. I felt them. They could go either way, just like us. But I feel like they were the ones that I met there were very positive, and the ones that I met, the big one that was there.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if he's waking up or we're waking up to him, or maybe I'm waking up to
So,
him.
the earth being,
Yeah, and he's massive, and he's an ancient one. So ancient ones sometimes, when they have an energy, it's a little scary to perceive at first because it's so big.
Mhm.
But yeah, he has a true heart.
Right.
He has a beautiful heart, or
Okay.
they have a beautiful heart, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. So when, yeah, I'm just thinking of all the different asexual species I've dealt with, which you don't know what to call them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it gets really difficult on that, especially when you're writing about them. So anyway, what is your take or your overall process? I mean, at first, you were like a deer in headlights. You had fear. You didn't understand what happened. You'd never faced that energy before. So how are you feeling about it now?
Um, well, when I talk about it, I can feel it in my heart, and I have not not fear, but maybe a touch of anxiety about it.
Okay.
That there are changes happening on the planet, but not like I did before. Like I feel at peace, and I feel like we're moving to the light, and this is just a process of it.
Yeah. My take on it is I get the word hope.
Yeah, yeah. We are in the light for sure, and they were bartering and trying to get concessions, but they know they're losing. they know that they've already lost it.
They're very lost. Yes, they're just
Yeah.
they're kicking and screaming, going all the way out. Is what I have said in the past.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Mhm.
exactly what it feels like. Kick
Right.
and you've probably said that 20 times, and I've heard it,
Probably.
and now it's like ding, 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 ding. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is there anything I see Patricia's talking about her, I think her giant, but anything else you have to add to all that? Anything you have to share with people on that, or anything that we haven't covered?
Um, I do feel like there's gonna be a huge healing going on the planet, um, and it's gonna be an emotional healing because of what the changes that are happening. And just like that body scan that they give you, it's going to change the way people think about things.
It gives you a whole different definition of body scan.
Yeah, it does. It totally does.
Talk about invasive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And kind of that we're all right where we're supposed to be.
Hmm.
It's we've already won.
Right.
So if we can look at things with awareness and watch it happen, um, there are good ones on that side too. They're emissaries.
Right. When I was meeting the different species in the beginning, one of the ones I met was a reptilian. And I was going, when I would meet one, I didn't know what they were. And I would go running to my friend Meg and go, what was this? When she'd go, oh, this is an Arcturian, this is a gray, all this, I would describe it. But when I met the reptilian, she went, be careful. And I'm going, oh, he had the kindest heart. He might have been ugly to look at, but he was just great and had the greatest energy. And I really liked him. And so she got okay about it. And she didn't even know that there were some good ones. It's just that we have this concept of all of them are bad. So I think it's good that you're bringing that up, that there were some good ones and bad ones at the table with you. But also, one of the things we talked about earlier was about how we are overcoming everything, how the Palladians and the Arcturians, they cannot come in and interfere and wipe out the Draconians, the Reptilians, the snakes. They cannot come in and do that because it upsets the whole universe. They cannot look at just one planet because there's so many other planets and stars to work with. So they cannot come and do that without repercussion. So how they have tried to handle it is they're coming to us as individuals and trying to whisper in our ears, tell us what's happening, trying to turn us around, trying to enlighten us. And that's how they have been handling it. Now, the Draconians, the Reptilians have caught on to that, and they have tried to interfere with that. Right now, they are interfering with the fact that we have hybrid children on Earth that are trying to help us ascend. They're part of the ascension process, and they have discovered where they are, and they are now after them, which that's my job right now, is I'm trying to go back and get these children and get them safe in safe places. But that's how they're trying to interfere with that process, because they want to keep us where we're at, as, which you don't want to use, enslaved to their needs, and use the Earth's whatever you call it, the stuff on Earth, the supplies of whatever, the Earth Earth resources. So, but anyway, so it's also here to start paying attention to when they are coming to you and talking to you, and only listen to the ones that are uplifting you and telling you good things. If you have one that comes in and starts telling you negative things, saying things like, "Oh, you're ugly," or I can't believe you did this. Your guys and your extraterrestrial friends will not say those things. They are going to try to uplift you. They're trying to help you ascend. They are going to lead you to the light. So just listen to those different things. If you have anything coming in negative that's talking about badly about you, dismiss it. You're stronger than it is, and only listen to the ones that are telling you good things and how to move forward. A lot of them will be telling you to get rid of your fear. That's a big one. So you can open up your heart space. So I just kind of went rambling. Sorry, Teri.
No, that's exactly right. And it really feels like one of the reasons that they're looking for these hybrids and they're looking for the light workers is because they can't go into some of the inner corridors of Earth without that high heart energy.
Right.
And that's one of the scans that takes to get into where all these beautiful minerals and riches are inside the Earth. Is you can't get in there without that. So that's another thing. I do feel like it's kind of been like a barter system.
Oh yeah, it definitely has been a barter system, and they use a barter system a lot, which we're not real familiar. Our barter is money, so
Yeah.
people used to. But look at this comment. Oh, it's Arlene.
Um,
I have so much hope for the future that by the year 2032, this will be a much different golden earth, and we as light workers are an integral part in the transformation. Very true. Thank
yeah.
you, Arlene.
Arlene, I see by 2029 there's a huge reckoning, and we're just going to move ahead so much faster than anybody thought we would in the universe. That there will come a golden age. That will probably a lot of people here are probably already aware of that golden age and probably walking in it.
Right. Yeah. Also, thanks, Lauren, for saying about getting rid of your fears. Not only is it getting rid of your fears, it's also getting rid of your anger. That is so hard for us, is to get over your anger towards whatever family member or this person did. It doesn't matter. Just that was what they did. Anyway, anger is one of the things, anger and fear is what keeps us so moving towards the negative. So that you need to start getting rid of those things to help open up your heart space. Now we are human, and that will come up and it will flare up. And don't beat you up yourself if you're in a car and all of a sudden somebody cuts you off and you say a cuss word. just
Yeah.
just correct yourself immediately instead of going on off on it. So, but anyway, those are the things that we really need to work on, is our fear and our anger, to help us open up the heart space. And those are the things we need to do to open up our heart space, because I usually see the extraterrestrials of larger heart chakras than us. And I think that's the reason why, is they're not working with that kind of energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of judgment too, right?
Oh yeah.
And the judgment is like just shows us how much we're probably judging ourselves.
Right.
So it's huge how we judge ourselves. If we say a bad word, we judge ourselves, right? Like the other night, I'm sitting somewhere listening to some beautiful music, and somebody that I hadn't seen for quite a while stops by to say hello, and tells me, I don't know, 5 or 6 things that are going horribly on the planet, and how she believes in it, something else, that it should go a different way. And I'm just nodding and smiling, and I'm thinking, protection shields up, protection shields up.
Get this energy away from me.
Yeah. And then I felt shaken.
Yeah, because even somebody like that, because I faced that too, and you do get shaken. And the thing is no matter what you say, they don't hear it.
They wouldn't hear
it at all. And so you have to kind of, and that's probably a good discussion in itself on how to deal with that, because you're right. Somebody like that, it shakens you, and the whole time in your mind, you're trying to think of how to turn it around, and you might spit out something and they don't even hear it. They're still going 90 miles an hour of everything that's wrong, and they cannot even hear that anything good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just, I realized that I was shaken afterwards. And then I thought, when I was walking out, I thought, oh, well, she's this and she's that. And I thought, ooh, Teri, you're judging. And so bear witness for yourself and for others. And, that's a different thing. When we witness what's happening, it's different than judging what's happening.
Yeah.
And then I got mad at myself for being judgmental, and blah, blah, blah. The cycle continues.
So we can keep going down that rabbit hole for sure. But, and we're human. We're not supposed to be perfect. We can start off with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're loved. The thing is, we're loved on the other side. No matter what we do, we're cherished. There's no judgment.
Well, don't you think they even cherish us more watching us go through these things, that they're sitting there going, I'm glad I'm not dealing with that. Look at her.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I do channeled meditations, and I always ask for a gift from my guides and my angels and spirit, and always ask for them now to put something in the palm of my hand, so I can feel it and I can walk with it during the day. But
Uh-huh.
the other thing that I do now is I give them a gift, and
Yes.
they get so surprised when you return the energy and give them something. And it's like, "Oh, that little thing just gave me something."
I generally give gifts, but what I'm laughing about was the last time I was on Danny here recently, I was talking about I was doing a journey and I walked through a cornfield and I was getting ready on the other side to meet my Native American guy, Chief Running Bear. And I said, I don't know why, but when I was going through the cornfield, because I always take a gift, I had my whole arm full of corn. Like he couldn't just walk out there and get a corn himself. I came with an armful and handed it to him. The cornfield's just like right there. He could have just gotten any corn he wanted.
Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool.
But I
Yeah.
got a whole armful of it.
Well, and that's a ancient Vedic thing too, to bring, something to your teacher and to bring food in particular, or flowers.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when I was in Mount Shasta, every time I went up to a mountain, I took a flower.
You told me that, and I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to give back, and that exchange of energy is important. I do feel like there was an exchange of energies there going on at you know, and it's working in our favor, like, we're just getting rid of them. So they'll be gone. But and it's okay if people stay in that state, is what I also heard, that they'll be somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've always seen that too is don't try to change anybody. Everybody has their own path. The only thing you can work on is yourself.
yeah,
Because we do have that mindset. Oh, if I could only change them. Oh, if I could just tell them about aliens and extraterrestrials and they're going to believe what I'm saying. They've got their own path to walk. I'm seeing Mary Sunshine say happy Kim Copeland is doing fine. Great. Is she here? Yeah, I've talked to Kim several times. She is doing great.
I'm so glad to hear it, Mary. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. She has
Yeah.
such great energy.
All right. You want to answer a few questions or
Yeah, yeah, let's
start some things? I'm not sure what I've started because I was so into the conversation. Let me see what Patricia was saying. She was talking to White Dragon. Okay. All right.
Aw,
I just dropped into your conversation there, Patricia. Lose. Who else is here? Okay, let's see. Lisa Davies. Ladies, I had a negative galactic implant removed by Diane G. My trainer says it was from the Dracos. Is it possible to tell me if this is correct? I think I've already talked to Lisa about that. I believe you came in on, or somebody else did, came in on when I was with Danny. And we, if you're, are you the same person? Lisa, are you here? Let me just check to see if you're the person that asked us about that. I think it was Monday. Actually, it was Monday. Did you ask us about that Monday when I was on with Danny? Because if it was you, well, let me say, if it was her, we found that there was no negative implant that was there. But let me see. You can read on this too. Let me see. Did Lisa Daly's have a negative implant? I'm just getting no.
yeah,
That was not. Was not a negative implant. So Lisa,
yeah.
wipe that from your mind. That I believe you've asked us that before. We got no before. Danny and I got no that it was not a negative implant.
Oh, she says you did. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All
So,
right.
even though this is moving, this is nothing. So, and so it's just that, we have free will. So if you believe that you had a negative implant, then you did, and that
Yeah,
yeah,
there it goes. So I'm saying you did not have, and also I've said this before. When I first started dealing with implants, I thought every implant I came across was negative and it had to be removed until it probably took me at least a year to find out, oh, there's so many of us who have positive implants. I have a positive implant. And that those are where you get direct information from, usually your galactic family. So it's not all implants are negative, and you do want that information. Well, not everybody does, but most people want that information coming directly from them. And so I did not get that implant was negative, Lisa. So you don't have to worry about the Dracos being around, getting ready to implant you again. But if what I've suspected was a Palladian implant, that will come back again.
Yeah.
They want to keep up with you. You are part of the family, and they want to make sure you're okay. And whenever you're feeling sick, they're going to drag you up to the spaceship and put you in a med bed and then send you back down to Earth, and they want to take care of you. So you do not want the positive implants to go away. And I see it is confusing, Lisa. It is confusing. Yeah. I'm so sorry you are confused. But as I said, that's how I started off with, also thinking every implant I saw was negative. And I have grown to know that that's not true.
And some of us have implants that our parents had or our grandparents had as well. I mean, it's, you know.
Oh, yeah, because you and I talked about, I had a birthmark up until a few years ago. My mother and I had the same birthmark, and it's disappeared on me now. And it just, you know, I'm going, where's my birthmark? That's right. I think I had that, you know, it came from my mother, but it's gone now. And it was an obvious birthmark on my wrist. Not obvious to everybody, but I saw it. But anyway, so let's see if I can find us another question here.
Okay. I started a couple.
Did you go ahead and pull them up then?
Yeah. Let's see. And I'm just doing it from the bottom here. Jen Card. So do I have a reptilian connection, since we are talking about the reptilians?
Let's see. Jen, I imagine I want to say, okay, we all do. We all have reptilian connections. The reason why I'm saying we all do is none of us would have survived if we did not have the flight or fight that came from the reptilians. They're the ones that gifted us fight or flight, and that's why our species survived. So we all have a reptilian connection.
Yeah. Yeah. And we use that part of our brain that has kept us alive as a species for so long.
Right.
So really important. And like we said, there are good reptilians too.
Oh, definitely. I have a person that I work with. And here's Janet saying, my mother and I had identical birthmarks also.
Janet, I love that.
I was pretty shocked when mine disappeared. I'm not sure why, but Teri read on it. We figured it out.
Yeah, and it was amazing because it was so similar to your mom's and the the path where it originated from. Okay, this is interesting. Wendy, in a dream I met a really tall turtle-like faced beings. Yeah, they were huge and seemed very angry. I felt a negative vibe. So
what's your question, Wendy? Wendy's very connected. She has experiences all the time.
Wow.
So I'm sure that I want to see, I guess you want to know if it's a negative being. And it was a negative being. You were right on what you felt. So anything else on that, Wendy, you want to ask about? That's what I'm assuming that you wanted to know.
Yeah. And bearing witness to these doesn't mean that we're having an attachment with them.
Oh, no, because I see a lot of negative stuff just walking on by.
Yeah.
Like, okay, look at that negative energy walking by. Keep on going.
Right.
Don't engage.
Yeah. Yeah. Wendy might be taking a minute.
She might be gone. Sometimes I think she tries to come on while she's working.
Oh yeah, I get that. Linda, beautiful Linda. Let's see. I have an implant in my left leg near my knee, put there in 1975-ish, same time period. A scar appeared just an inch below my belly button, slightly to my right. I felt my eggs were taken.
Oh gosh, Linda.
Linda, this is interesting.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's ask first, were your eggs taken? And I'm going to go, yes. I think you're right on it. You're very aware of it. Yes, your eggs were taken. And so, Linda, what would be your next question about that? I think that would be your first question is were your eggs taken? And you already know that they were implants, so there's not a question there.
Yeah, I feel like the implant was to help you on this planet. I don't know if you had bad allergies, Linda, or there was something going on with your body at that point for that implant. What do you think?
Well, I think the implants a lot of times are to make is watching our health while we're exposed to Earth, and
Yeah.
and that's why we get jerked up into the med beds and things like that when we're not dealing with some things. Now, there's some diseases and processes and things that happen to us that we have to go through, and they're observing how we deal with it or going through it. But there's so many of them that we are pulled up and don't have those diseases or things that happen. They take care of that before it occurs.
Yeah. This is a great question that Isabel asks. So the ego we carry is reptilian, question mark.
That is a good question, but I don't know about that. That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Is ego we carry with reptilian? I'm getting a no on that. So
Yeah.
what would be our ego? How would we? We might need help from the chat here.
Yeah.
So what is our ego then?
Well, let's just say, first off, and you're the scientist, not me, but we have a part of our brain that is called the reptilian brain.
Right.
Science will tell you that. And that's that fight or flight response.
And the breathing and the whole bit, your basic needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Being able to get things needs met, which is what we needed. It was like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you said it that way, that it's like a gift. Gal. It's let's see, but ego feels like to have this heavy density on this planet and to go through this this lifetime, we needed ego.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's a survival thing to be here.
Yeah. Linda's saying we are, she said asthma from birth, but I thought implant was a tracking device. Linda, it is a tracking device, and it also gives your information, but it's also monitoring your health.
Yeah.
It does a lot of things. I think that we're getting close to an hour here.
Oh my gosh, we are already.
Yes.
Sorry.
So any last words, Teri? How about your next show? Put you on the spot every time. I actually know my answer to that one this time, everybody, but you'll be shocked that I know what I'm doing next.
Yeah, I know I've got stuff next week, but always Monday through Friday at 11 Central AM, we do meditation. So come on over, and mostly we chat for a long time first and get like 5 or 10 minutes in a meditation. But a lot of people here are there, tribal members, and we take care of each other. So, if you have a bad dream, if you've been sick, we do healings as well, a healing circle. So
yeah,
that's it.
Okay. Well, my next show, everybody gets shocked. It's because it is tonight. I know me doing 2 shows a day is unbelievable. But I'm on with the Chrome Zone at 8:00 Eastern time tonight, and I'll be on with the Chrome Zone.
I love them. They are so much fun, those ladies. Oh my God, they are so fun and kind. And
it's probably been at least a year, or I don't know. It's been a while since I've been on with them. Oh, they're here. Patricia, you're here. Yes.
Oh my gosh, is she?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So I'll be on tonight, which is everybody's, I know, amazed that I know what my next show is going to be. And then the following show will be next week, but I'll make the announcement on that one. Yes, looking forward to it also.
Yeah. I need to email them. I haven't seen them for about a year either. And so everybody, just know that you're right where you're supposed to be, and there's never any judgment, and you're always loved exactly where you are.
Yeah. So everybody, thanks for joining us today. Thanks, moderators, for keeping this a safe place. And we will see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.